guy came to talk to them, and so Mother, he started to show them things. Mother said, well, we were interested in a Steinway. He said, oh, well, I'll have to go back to the car and get my stuff. You know, our house didn't look like a place for a Steinway. So that was the greatest thrill, was getting one. And I have a younger brother and sister, and we all took piano with, and we had a practice schedule every day. We got our practice in just as much as we did homework. So I've always been impressed by the wonderful quality of it and the beautiful sound. And then the more you know, the more you appreciate it. So it's just a marvelous instrument. And so it's been a thrill to have it all these years.
What does it mean for you that Wayland is a Steinway school?
It's just wonderful, because they got a few practice pianos, Everett's, while I was a student, but they just had the 2 Steinways, and they are the ones that were in Richard's office that were traded in when we got the pianos for his studio. Those are the original ones that were up on the 3rd floor of the ad building when the music department was right there. And so that's what I played first. And to know that the kids get to have these, wow, that's something.
You're a music teacher, you're a professor, you're an adjunct professor.
Yeah.
And you've taught many students, and you've seen Wayland students who've played the instruments that God afforded them in the past and has now blessed them with now.
Yeah.
By having these new pieces of equipment in the school, how do you feel it's going to change those students' musical performance, or do you think it will at all?
Maybe not all of them, but for a lot of them it will. And when we were going to have a recital, high school boys said, do we get to play on that new piano? And they did. They got to play on that new piano. And so that was a special thrill for it. But I'd like for the kids to see the grand piano. They don't have a clue what's behind that wood on an upright. They don't. And I had one little boy who's, well, his dad is the band director now. When I first started teaching, I was teaching on a grand. It was not a Steinway, but it was a grand. Every week he was looking inside to see all that stuff move when you played a note. He was just fascinated. This went on for months. That kid was so interested in looking at the inside to see what was going on. So he finally had seen enough that he could come in and sit down and play, but not for a long time.
For years you heard the Baldwin play, and I was at a concert when they introduced the Steinway after the Baldwin played the first half of the program, and then the Steinway rolled out on stage. What has it been like for you to hear from in the audience the Steinway on the stage? What kind of experience is that like for you?
Well, it is, and when we got our new one and Richard played, and we could sit way back and still hear the little soft tones, the whole range of sound. You know, he can get such delicate sound, but you get the big, full sound. It just does it all.